Well, hello there. Welcome back to the... Oh, wait, there it is. Sure, click the dice. Why not? Throw them. What happens? Perfect. That's what they do. All right, hopping into chat now with the folks. Greetings.
Greetings.
Am I
Hello.
a robot?
No, you sound fine.
I always sound fine. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Actually, you do sound pretty good.
Wonderful.
Zero
That is-
issues this time. That's good.
Good.
He's trying something new.
Kind of. Slightly. I put the green screen between both of us in case she gets loud. It might help.
Nice.
I don't know.
I can't look at
I
him
don't
anymore.
think that'll help too
I'm
much.
sorry. You
Time to
have
test
the
it.
green screen up?
Don't scream.
I didn't know you had the green screen up.
He always has a green screen. It just sits here in the background being annoying.
Basically, yeah. So currently,
wow.
currently I have it between both of us, so I'm hoping it'll diffuse some of the sound coming this way. Realistically, just filling your room with stuff is what kills echo. So the more things in the room, the better. Alrighty, keeper of the lore, Nara, since you watched last session, do you recall where we stopped off?
Well, we had just defeated what's-his-face.
I don't think he had a name.
Yeah, but he was the traitor to his people. I remember that.
Indeed.
He's a dick.
And then we fined him for all his NWC infractions.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, that's where we ended, right?
Yeah, that was basically
Yeah.
where we ended. You are correct.
You know, I definitely watched this. And the second you asked me, I was like, clearly, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm doubting myself.
If I'm being entirely honest, the entire session was a boss fight, so that makes sense.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I had a fear that that was not what had happened all of a sudden, just because I'm an anxious being.
Because Limelight suddenly...
Yeah.
Yes. Like, wow, I'm going to ace this test. So, what's 1 + 1? Oh, don't look at me!
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge my
Exactly.
existence.
Please.
Anyway, so it was a boss fight that we
True.
won.
Boss fight. You guys won handily. Like I mentioned, you have your fate points back, so each of you currently have 3. Your wounds will remain,
Oh,
but
good.
the stress will not. So stress cleared up. Wounds are going to stay. Fate
Your
points
armor.
are indeed back. Your armor done got dinged, unfortunately.
How dare.
I know, right? How dare. So mean. I guess a bigger question. Do you recall why you're here?
Yes, to kill everybody.
Planting seeds.
We were
Yay,
planting
there you go.
seeds.
Oh, I guess that too.
All right, who has the seeds?
Not me.
Didn't we
Okay.
give him to Nara? I can't remember.
Correct.
I only listened to last week's episode,
You're good.
not the week before.
That's fine.
But if Nara has the seeds, she has been very careful to keep track of them.
Going forward, though, as I mentioned, you just recently defeated this rather large being. He was a very chunky boy until Georgiana... No, well, Georgiana didn't turn into it. Aldris, you basically blessed her with Rex aura, correct?
yeah.
I mean, I think I just had metal in the area, and then Nara used the metal to turn her into a Rex.
Yeah, it was a joint, Aldris Nara system.
Legendary combo.
Yeah.
Like it
Like
always is when it comes to crafting stuff on this
Yes.
ship.
Of
Mhm.
course. This is our standard. This is the baseline. We expect Georgiana to run around as a giant metal T-Rex for as long as she possibly can, until it falls off. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And it has googly eyes, don't forget those.
Yes, it does have googly eyes. Thank you. I almost forgot about that. That is key.
Perfect.
That is key, actually. I don't think we could have continued this session without knowing that.
Nope.
I'm not even being sarcastic.
Required information.
Required information. Alrighty. Looking about, though, as I mentioned, before you guys entered the base, you noticed that many of the freighters flying around this planet, Savad, they were beginning to descend down towards you all, which spurred you guys to move into the base, which you did. Yay. You've been dispatched of pretty much every single enemy. Ryder, you took out the first floor by yourself, like a G. And the rest of you started the fight downstairs, and Ryder jumped down, and you all finished off the boss, Mr. Double Chainsaws. As a reminder, the ceiling was shooting at you, and Aldris, you mostly sealed them up. You can very much tell that the automated defense systems of the space are trying to stop you guys. As a greater reminder, of course, the alarms are still going off, so you know more folk will probably be here in some amount of time. But at the very, very back end of this room, there is indeed a very, very large, it's almost taking up the entirety of the back wall, is glass, it seems to be. You can somewhat see through it. It's a little foggy, and you do see a very large metal, like a storm door in a way, that's effectively keeping the two areas separated.
I mean, we're going to head into the back, right? Wasn't there something...
I think so.
All right, I'm going to stomp on over to look like a T-Rex.
I Can I hack into his computer systems to get all of his records and stuff?
What sort of records are you looking for?
Like records for people that he was selling to and stuff.
You can very much do that. I assume Ryder, Aldris, and Georgiana are moving to the back?
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
burgle?
Of course you can, yes. So we will say, because he is indeed defeated, Nara, go ahead and roll that burglin. And we'll say you can do this basically on the fly.
That
Ooh.
egg.
Not the best roll.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not, now that he's dead, I'm not too worried about it. I'm a little lackadaisical right now.
Fair enough. You did just turn someone into a T-Rex.
It's hard work, but it's
Yeah.
honest.
That
Yeah.
was a
well,
large word, Megan. I have no idea what it means.
What?
I don't even know how to spell it.
Carelessly lazy, lacking
Ah.
enthusiasm and determination.
yes.
Just a little word of the day for you.
Now we're all slightly smarter.
You're
At least one.
welcome.
One would hope.
One would hope.
As you attempt to hack into this, we'll just say, pile of metal, Nara, you realize that it's too far gone. You guys smashed up some of the bits, and currently there's basically no way to get in there unless you were to spend some pretty appropriate time, which maybe now isn't the best opportunity to get on in there.
I'm
Moving
like,
towards-
that's fine.
Yeah. Moving towards the back, though, the four of you see a very large metal door. It is approximately 1.5 your height, and it could fit about 3 of you, shoulder to shoulder.
That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just open it or is it locked?
It seems to be locked.
Well, who's got the bombs?
Oh, that's
Maybe
right.
I can make them. I can make them.
Okay.
Only
Can I
if we
put
don't already
can
have
I
any.
put things that I carry on me on each side of the door?
Sure, you're going to basically blow it off.
Yeah.
Sure thing. I'll say that's a shoot roll, just because that makes sense. Does anyone want to assist with this?
To shoot it?
To help get the door open. I mean, we're trying to brute force it, so
I can.
how are you helping? When we're doing something, as long as you're good at said something, you don't need to roll. You can just say, I'm helping, basically do the same thing, and it just adds +1.
I will also shoot to aim. How's that?
Just getting shooty.
Yeah.
I was going to say, before you rolled, my target number to blow this sucker off was a 4. So, indeed, with the combined might of Ryder and Georgiana, Ryder, you set your little mines down, and after taking a step back, Georgiana, you just unload with whatever you happen to have on you. You know, you have a absolute rainbow of firearms, so
I really do.
whichever one suits your fancy, as of current moment, you just... And the metal kind of buckles after the explosions go off, and you don't think it's going to completely open. It's definitely well made, but after your shots just slug into it, just the metal bends and buckles and just bursts open. And while you cannot feel it on your skin, Nara, your sensors actually have a pretty distinct change in temperature, weather, everything, the second the door is open. It's almost like there's a different biome in there.
Oh. So I just got an alert that it was
Ye-
different, or?
Right. It's not a negative alert. It's just basically letting you know. I sort of see the creature, your mech, and you in general. You're just kind of always, this is your specialty.
Yes.
You're kind of always scanning your surroundings because that's like your
Uh-huh.
thing. So
Right.
I kind of figured that's just kind of running 24/7.
I don't know. It absolutely is.
Okay.
But if I notice that there's something like startlingly different in the scans, I definitely start recording them to be able
Sure.
to look at later.
I won't say they're different, but I will say they are almost approximately the same results you got from up above, from the jungle.
Mm.
More jungle.
Well,
More jungle.
more jungle. So do we go further in, or?
Yes.
That was the plan.
Charge.
All right, heading past all the smoke and moving on into this area, you guys are indeed greeted with what seems to be a jungle. This room is actually not that large. My brain function, I could give you guys an approximate, measurement. We'll say it's maybe like 1 click across each way, which is approximately a mile. And for your mechs, that's not too crazy. You guys can easily see to the other side. It seems that this back end was actually made to contain whatever this is. As you kind of peruse about, as I mentioned, you see plants everywhere. The overgrowth here it's a bit much, honestly. Looking out just beyond the horizon, if you will, you can see a very large stone building. It seems to be carved from the very earth itself. And from it are pouring vines. They don't look too healthy, but that seems to be the source of all of this. They're all growing from the center.
Is there anything different about the vines?
They don't look healthy. Nothing here looks healthy. It's growing. It's trying its hardest It's trying to grow like lush and strong. You can tell there's something stopping it.
Saying I was going to go over to the building.
Okay. You begin to move over. Nara, what were you saying?
Yeah, I wanted to go to the center of where all the plants are starting to grow out of.
As you all move closer and closer to it, you can see that this building looks as if it were hand-carved from the very land itself. It is all stone, and it doesn't look like it is suited for a creature of your size. It is definitely meant for man.
I'm going to jump out of my mech.
Sure.
Yeah, is the environment safe?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's almost exactly like the jungle outside.
Wait, are you still in the Rex suit?
Yeah, I'll leave it behind.
As she gets out, I get rid of the googly eyes so she never knows that they were there.
Rude.
Almost, like maybe a little bit shorter than 6 foot.
You're almost 6
6'10".
foot?
Oh, I've
You're
been
a
thinking
6
you're
foot
tiny.
tall. I was
I'm not a
thinking
tiny
you were
bird boy.
small.
No.
Yeah, I thought you were like under 4 foot the whole time.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I definitely.
Very, very big
That
difference.
changes everything. Oh my god, I really thought you were a small bird man.
Yeah, I was just
You're
like, oh, he's our
massive.
tiny little bird guy.
No.
Oh my god, I don't know why I thought you were so small.
I was
Not
thinking
bad,
like
Daniel.
Rocky Raccoon size.
Oh my god. It's
I've had a
selective
lot of small
memory.
characters. I'm playing taller characters now.
You're just, instead of being a small bird, you're a big bird.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Most of my other characters are also like 6 foot.
Oh my god. This isn't
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to small boys eventually.
shockingly me too, Mel. What a coincidence. I wonder what
Wonder
the
why.
common denominator is.
No idea.
Bunch of short
Mystery.
people around here.
I don't know what you're talking about. How tall were the people on the... They were our height, so this is a little large even for them. Can we read the writing? And if there's nothing in my base, I am going to take as many photos or like recordings of that as I can, just for the record. Everything I see, I will be recording it. How old is the building? Would it be unreasonable to think that maybe these were like older species on the planet?
You said there's a well, right? All right, I go over to the well.
There are no plants or anything. It's just completely empty, like grass through concrete type stuff.
So there's no bottom in sight at all?
Can I send a little bot down there? All right, I'm going to send one of my little bots down there then. Can we see
Did
what
they-
it is?
And do they toss some seeds into the well or no? Sure, Nara, give it a go.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
watch
maybe
behind
I feel
this.
not
I
all
feel
of
like I
them.
should bring my bot back, but you know, I'll keep it in there. All right. We're not in our mechs, correct? Can I get a video call?
Yeah, did the bot see anything?
Or a video interface? I'm gonna call a little bot back up. Or actually, maybe I do want it to stay down there. Maybe I don't. So it looks like people were putting seeds in there and they just weren't taking to the soil, even though it's really fertile. Well, I was gonna walk over to the edge of the well and do it though.
Maybe you should test with just one.
Do
All
we
right.
need someone to go down and like manually plant them, not just throw them
Well, I have my little bot there that could probably
True.
do it.
in? Have him take the bag down there, see if he can plant it.
In the sculpture, does it give any indication whether or not we should be throwing it in there? Oh, he flies down towards it. You know what? I'm gonna get in the well with the seeds. I think Ryder should lend me his space boots. I'm just kidding.
Or I'll
Um,
make wings for you.
make wings for me, actually. Oh, Aldris, could you
If I
please
can do
make
that.
wings for me? Make wings for me. Is that
Like
okay,
real
GM?
wings.
I want
For like
wings.
10 minutes, I don't know. I want to give her wings anyways. But yeah, we'll go with the slow fall.
Slow fall with wings,
Yeah.
just because it looks cool. Keep your eyes
Just
on the
like we
doors,
hear an
fellas.
explosion.
They're
Well,
blowing
this
up
is
our
according
mechs.
to the sculpture prophecy, right? So we have some time at least. Hit me with those wings, bro.
Roll for wing.
Can I contact the Kabuto?
Ah.
I'm gonna ask her to scan what's going on outside the building for me. Roughly how many of them are there, Kabuto?
Are my feet on the ground? Can I touch the ground? All right, I take a seed out of the bag and I dig a little hole and then I put the seed in and then I cover it up. Yeah, I'm going to see what happens and then I'll try doing the other ones. If it looks like something's happening, because I don't want to put all the seeds in the ground and have it not do anything. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dig holes for all the other seeds, and then I'll carefully cover them up. Little bot boy is taking a video of all this, by the way. How am I supposed to get back up? Wow. Nara's entranced.
What did you do?
I don't even know. Like, I'm not even looking at Georgiana. I'm just like stunned watching all of the plants do their thing. I reach out and I try to touch them. Wow. Amazing. That was a job well done.
I'm gonna go back up the stairs as fast as I can, just in case they accidentally block the way.
Yeah.
Vines coming out well. How much are they spreading around the room?
It's keeping us out of harm.
Probably still time to
think-
go. So
Do
we
I
can
still
time
have
to
the
go.
the seed arm thingy on me? I'll stay and watch.
Honestly, I think this is really amazing. And Nara would not want to leave. She does keep taking a video, though, with her little bot. I think that I'll start moving away, but not like hurried, not like I think I'm afraid or anything. I love these vines. They're so kind to me.
I mean, you did give them life.
Wow. I give him a pet.
My
Can I
baby.
touch the vine that's around me and see what happens? Kind of expecting that big bird thing to pop out at some point.
I mean,
Maybe I
think
want
I'll
to fly a big bird thing and kill things with it.
This is a life-giving mission.
Life-giving to the planet. We're killing the bad guys.
Is the bird the bad guy, though? I don't think so.
No, the bad guys that are blowing shit up outside.
Oh, I see. Well, I try to go over to my mech and
Yeah,
see if
I mean-
it'll let me.
I'm immediately
Can we
going over
get
my
in?
mech.
Is there any statues around the well area that I'm around? So no relics or anything? And the portrait is the bird thing?
That's us, isn't it?
What's us?
A bird and 3 warriors.
Oh my god, it was a prophecy! I'm never gonna...
That took me a second, husband.
Oh my god!
I guess I'll go back to my mech.
I'm losing my shit.
Can I try waving my hand to see if the vines react to me? Yeah, I want to see if I can control them since I have that thing on me.
Control them. Don't try to control them with the evil man's seed arm.
You're talking about the good seed arm, the lady
Yeah,
gave it to me.
it's a good seed arm.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get confused.
Nice.
Nice. I love this. This is so cool. This is my moment. Yeah, we
Yes.
get in our mix.
Yeah.
Did am I the only one that heard the Kabuto message, or did everybody else? Okay, no, I just didn't know if I had to repeat it to. Even though obviously everyone heard it, I just meant in game if I had to tell everybody. Can I like control the vines to make like a staircase for me?
Oh, can I have the flower? Can I have it? I asked the vine for it. I put my hand on it. Beautiful. So we know that they're there. I'm going to give the giant flower a pet, show my appreciation. And I'm going to get in my mech. I guess I want to think about the vines helping us destroy the people that are coming for it.
Oh, I was just gonna tell Kabuto to shoot off a bunch of missiles towards the entrance to kind of fodder out a few of them while we blast out to attack them.
What's nice and flashy? Yeah, but I can be flashier. Actually, could I just be a bigger T-Rex?
It'll be Plant Rex Aura.
Yeah, Plant Rex Aura.
Ooh, a lot of tropical plants.
Yes, tropical, poisonous, anything bright and don't touch me.
Instead of bird, we are just becoming giant man, but made out of plants
Giant man.
like this. Well, one arm is just like a giant, I guess, wooden sword. Since they're plants, and then the other one is just a massive fist. Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm gonna have like the dark vines wrap around me, and pretty much gonna be kind of like how my armor already is. Kind of like how Guyver, you can see like his muscles and stiff. It's kind of like that. And then how how he has that like spike thing coming from his arm. I'm gonna have that, but it's like a vine. My helmet is gonna kind of change to look like that. But it's kind of like mine and Guyver mixed together, and flowery, whatever you want to call it, around my neck instead of feathers this time.
My turn. My mech is pretty organic, right? It is, just for the record. It looks like a creature. More creature than metal. I want the vines to kind of integrate themselves into the organic, like the bioorganic matter. Some a little extra. More like the vines are threaded throughout, not totally wrapped around or anything. And I think I would just like to be able to use the vines physically. This is so cool.
Where's the nearest ones?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Can I
Right in front of us,
fly
basically.
out and start attacking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I come
Just
out there,
nearest one.
start slashing,
It's blazing. So
Can
to
I
speak.
breathe? Can I breathe acid, please?
pulling out my sword, and I'm gonna try to hack through a bunch of robot guys. Like once. You said 2 with swords, 1 with a machine gun? I'm gonna jolt out, see the one with the sword, slash him in half, and then I'm gonna impale the other one with my sword and like kind of like use my rocket, like my jet proportion to like kind of use him as a human shield as the guy's shooting at me with the machine gun. And you just see like sparks flying off his buddy, and then I'm gonna yeet him at his friend and then like cut both of them down.
I want to breathe fire and poop out spider webs.
What?
Spider webs. Okay.
Anything behind me, the plants can take care of.
Damn, all right.
Wow. Today's not my day. I mean, anything behind me, I guess. So little ones? Yeah, I'm spraying it.
I'm gonna assume that I can't fly when I'm like this. Well, I guess I'm gonna somehow fly with plant wings. Fly up at a few of them. I'm gonna chop like 2 or 3 of them in half, and then punch one to the ground. Take off my mushroom hat, give it a little spin, and then chuck it and try and slice them in half with it somehow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh god, I don't remember Mortal Kombat characters. I don't think so. I think that's the speed punchy boy.
What was it that Melanie did with the vines?
I turned myself into a T-Rex. A really big one.
A bigger one.
A bigger one. A planty one.
I think I would like to use the vines to get in all the nooks and crannies of the other person's mech. Well, how many little dudes are there nearby? How big is the big dude? I want to start taking out the freighters. So I want to like get stabby stabs with the vines through the machines and then rip them apart like that. That was super vague. Not quite. No, well, I want to like wrap them up so that it either does damage or stops them from moving so that somebody else can get to them. Does that make sense? My fight 0. Pathetic. Nice. Oh, I'm not good at narrating. I do want to. No. I do want to slice through a bunch of the little guys. I'm imagining thorns on the vines, and then the same sort of thing with the freighter. Perfect.
I want to kill some big bad mofos. I have like 2 small ones get in my way first before I kill the 3 big ones. So I'm gonna fly past the 2 that just get in my way, and I'm gonna use like my spikes on my forearms to like just cut right through them. One of the big robots, are they like mechs or like ships? Okay, so one of them comes up, and I'm gonna use my my cool hand, the one that has the thing on it. And as I'm like flying over, I'm gonna like kind of like, let's see if this works. I'm gonna like reach out and like shoot up some vines and just like pierce one of the mechs with the vines, kind of like using it to my control. And as he pierces, hold on, let me take some water real quick.
That'd be really anticlimactic.
Anyways, so pierces Pierces the mech with the vines, and I like go over and I chop him in half, and then another mech sees me, and I'm like, fly it over to him, shoot, a few vines into him, and he's like stuck, and then I do like a big cool combo of swordness, and then I see like this really big mech at the very end, and I trap his legs with my vines, and I just pull out my gun and I just like shoot a bunch of bullets into him, and then I finish him off with a headshot.
Is there any that might like they're fleeing or they're too far out, like they're sniper ships? All right, can I plant my little dino feetsies and then
You mean
toss
do you mean the arms?
yeah, no, my feeties
Oh, your feeties.
for stability, and then I want to throw some giant mocha latte spears into space and yank all those ships down.
You can very much do that.
Because I imagine the plants would probably help me reach, right?
Yes.
All right, that's what I want to do.
Roll me shoot.
I mean, if I can get them even close to the planet, then how many?
3. With an 8 against my 3, you're able to, with the help of the planet, of course, easily wrap around these 3 foes before they're able to just unload on you and your surroundings. They smash together, and with a creaking and a groaning of steel, they're pulled down to the planet. Aldris.
I'm gonna go for some of the bigger ships.
Okay.
To have a bunch of little boys. I wanna fly up, chop off their like thrusters, chop off whatever wings they have so they can't really glide, so they just start falling.
Excellent.
And then I'm gonna use some of my magic to like help the vines grow even faster and just impale them with a bunch of vines from the ground.
Do the deed. 6. 8 against the 4. All of this and more, my friend. The plants around you begin to surge, a very quick reaction to your magic. You can feel them. You know exactly where they're going. And with pinpoint accuracy, you're able to split apart multiple of these freighters, some of the smaller mechs. You kind of impale a whole bunch of the small ones as, we'll say, a thinner but quicker vine like shoots upward, and like a shish kebab, it just stick, and gets like 10 in a row, and then it uses that just Congo line of mechs to just smash into one of the freighters. And then it uses that as like a giant popsicle to smash into another one. And then many vines grow out of that as they are ripped apart in a giant bundle of vine that comes crashing down to the planet. Nara.
How many of the freighters are left?
Not many.
I would like to continue on with the whipping thing.
Okay.
I want to know if I can get the plants to wrap around one of the freighters and then swing it into anything else that's left.
Sure. 3, 7.
That one
Better than 5. Definitely better than 5. Still a succeed with style, I do believe. Also, side note, I might have completely muted myself for the last like 10 minutes. Let's ignore that.
Nice.
Yeah, and all right. Go me.
Mute yourself what, in Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, for one of your descriptions, I was muted the entire time. I just thought to myself, oh, it's okay. I'll just, hold the recording off Twitch. No, it's muted everywhere. Good job.
Perfect.
Yeah, go me. Anyway. I'll just be like, hey, by the way, this part here, they did something cool. They did something cool. You can hear it. Ignore my awkward silence for like 10 seconds. Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving swiftly along. All of the vines in conjunction begin to gyrate and move to your will. Ryder, you're able to like surf up some of these. Your momentum is obviously, moving up and onward, but the vine is also assisting you. Georgiana, it's also helping you like move up and move about while you're shooting your ass and doing your thing. All just your wings are growing and growing. They're like 2 to 3 times the size of your normal wings. And almost every flap, you are like beating back enemies, especially the small ones that really don't matter. Let's be honest. And more of these vines begin to sort of combine into like a larger one. And that one grows huge gnarled spikes. And it begins to just spin. And it's just like buzzsaw, like just like a massive drill. It just shoots up and begins to impale the freighters this time, and just up and down, just crashing into them. Rather than bringing them back down to the planet, this vine whips backward and then just flings them back out into space.
Where they belong.
And they just hurtle outwards. You can see that a few vines were basically planted inside them as they kind of sprout forth and wrap around this huge gnarled mass of metal as it's just sort of compacted into one beautiful, I guess, ball of steel that is just jettisoned into space.
Let it become a moon.
And with that, you look about and you see that the rest of the enemy are either being quickly dispatched by Ryder, or they've already left. But there aren't too many of them.
Is there any like really big like ship, kind of like a warship?
Yeah.
Can I attack it?
Of course you can. I won't even have you roll. What do you want to do to it?
How far is it? Like where in the atmosphere is it?
It's chilling in Atmo. It's
Like-
doing its thing.
Too far from the ground for me to grab it with
Normally.
the vines?
Normally, yeah, but not under these circumstances.
Well, I'm gonna fly up to it and I'm gonna slice the whole side of it with my sword, just like going up it, like creating like this huge like hole into it, and then I'm gonna like jolt back and like almost like you know how you sew like a zigzag pattern.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that like through the ship, like just destroying it.
Excellent. You can tell that they're currently trying to escape, and right before they're actually able to, get their thrusters going and get everything situated, the unfortunate act that is Ryder is just plastered on the side of their ship, and you just tear this thing to shreds. With the assistance of the vines, this quickly dispatched, and the four of you look about you. You can see there is destruction as far as the eye can see, but the planet is either throwing these things out into space, or it is smashing them down and reabsorbing them back into the planet. The base itself looks like it's being peeled off the face of the planet, and under, wedged onto this thing very unceremoniously, you can see a lot of that carved stone. And you can see that that whole area actually looks like it was made of this very same carved stone as a smaller temple that was underground. And then vines begin to sort of flow over it to fill in some of the space. And looking around, you can see that unless they're hiding, basically every enemy is gone.
Including my contact, right?
Good job, team. We killed everybody.
Possibly Georgiana, you're not sure. He might be farting about somewhere.
Can I fly back to
You probably
the
deserve
village
it.
that we talked to?
Of course you guys can, yes.
I want to hang out with the plants.
I'm sure the plants will follow us.
I bet you look around, the plants are everywhere.
I touch the plants
The plants touch back. They're
while
very
we're
happy.
walking.
Definitely.
Gosh, love these.
The power went to my head. I need Liam.
Also, I think you bumped your mic. You're like super quiet. Don't eat it.
Ah,
I can already hear you thinking about it.
Munch.
Mange.
launch.
Super mange. The four of you move back to the small town, and you can see everybody already celebrating. It seems they know what happened.
I mean, it's kind of obvious. So
Yeah. You guys land your
Not
four mechs.
hard to miss.
Nah, pretty hard to miss. You guys land your four mechs kind of off to the side, this time closer to this little town, and you notice the trees and all the shrubbery is actually able to move away from your mech. So this time, when you land, you actually don't destroy your surroundings. The surroundings mold and move around so that you can land with ease.
What was her name again?
Ruby.
I'm gonna get out of my mech and head towards Ruby.
They all seem to be celebrating as do the rest of you all follow?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Ruby turns to you all with a smile and a wave as you all come on over.
Well, Ruby, what did I say? I told you I'd save your planet and you.
She smiles widely and says, I knew it. I knew I could count on the four of you. This is why you don't give up hope. And she turns back to her people, and they all cheer louder. And they look to Nara and say, so, how did it go?
I'd say it went pretty well, honestly, all things considered.
And you were right. It was obvious.
I say they all nod at that, and you can tell they're looking slightly beyond you, Nara. And as you all turn, you can see that just behind you is a rather large vine, tipped with an even larger white flower. and it's kind of just hovering behind you all, almost like it's watching.
I want to. How big is the flower?
Compared to human you, it is, you can't wrap your arms around it. If you were to hug it, you'd get like halfway around.
I want to hug it.
All right,
I want to reach out to hug it.
You give it a big old hug, and like smaller vines like shoot out and give you a hug back.
So, Ruby,
She turns to you.
does this special arm that you gave me only work on your planet, or does it work anywhere?
That will be a gift to you, Ryder. I see you already have I'm not entirely sure what that is, but realistically, you can wear this or have it any way you want displayed in your body. If you don't mind, of course. It can be, placed more discreetly, if you will. And she doesn't say it, but you can feel from...
Was she talking about my metal arm?
Yeah. And you can feel... It's wrapped around you, so she doesn't need to say this, but you can feel its emotions basically portrayed through it. And basically what she means is, if you want, this thing can actually slide under your skin somewhere, if you want it to like hide, and it should be undetectable. Or you can wear it like a bracelet, and it can just kind of spring out whenever it needs to.
I'll do that.
Excellent. And she
Can it be like a vine bracelet?
Yeah, definitely. It can effectively, as long as it's a plant, it can look any way you want. As you guys are sort of looking about, you can see all the people are still celebrating, but there's something slightly off. As you guys get closer, you notice everyone is a little taller than they were from when you first spoke with them.
Like the approximate size of the people in the painting and the mural and stuff, or the
approximately that size. Yes,
like when you were saying that. Oh, this is really for somebody taller.
Yes.
Would it now fit them perfectly?
You do indeed get that feeling. And
Excellent.
As you can kind of see them all, continuing to celebrate and do their thing, you notice some people are sprouting. There's flowers growing from them. There's vines growing through them. They're incredibly happy about this. And some of them join hands, and their hands kind of like weld together in a really, really firm grip. And you can see them all as the ground begins to kind of move, and it's almost dancing with them. And some of them are deteriorating is the wrong word, but basically like returning to nature. And you can see their bodies either form back into trees, or you can see them sort of wisp away, sort of like, oh no, what are they called? Like a dandelion being blown. And they just kind of blow into the wind. Others turn to flowers, and they all look to you smiling. And
so
yes,
Ruby,
she looks to you and smiles.
Not to be that guy, but we did save your planet, and we did get hired for this job.
Oh my god.
She laughs at that and says, I understand. There should have been, from what he told us, there was a deposit made. We really have no need for money, if I'm being entirely honest. We just want to be left alone. We just want our planet. So, and she kind of thinks to herself. She closes her eyes and puts a hand to her chest. And you can feel the bracelet on your wrist, Ryder. It grows warm for a moment. And in that moment, the information is sort of sent directly to you. You just know this number. And it's an account number, effectively, at a bank somewhere. And as you kind of wait and think, you go, oh, okay. Oh, I know where this is. And it's on the same planet that Teeve Saris is on. It's on Stroy. And then she takes her hand off of her chest and then smiles again at you all. And you can tell that she's also returning to nature. Her body's sort of blooming. She's gorgeous. Just every beautiful flower and plant just all in one. And as she's growing, everyone around her is also doing the same. And she smiles at you all and says, I will be honest, I don't really know how money works, but I hope that's enough for you all.
Well, it's nice knowing you, Ruby.
She nods, and as she smiles, she says, thank you. One last time.
Glad I got your planet back to normal.
She smiles one more time until she, too, returns to nature. And you guys look around and see basically an empty town. But there's plants everywhere, and they're all gorgeous and thriving.
Where's Liam? Liam, let's celebrate life. Come on.
He's
my god.
He's chilling back on the Kabuto, and the Kabuto is actually floating just above you guys.
You pervert.
Ursula, beam us up.
All right.
Wait, I want to say goodbye to the plants.
Okay. Which plant in particular?
The one with the big flower.
Wait, so they're just plants now? Like, can I not just like become people things anymore?
They probably can, but you get the feeling that they inhabit
Been
the
a
very
long
planet.
time.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they basically are the planet.
They probably haven't been plants in a very long time, so
Wow. You know, a lot of times I think we do like morally dubious things, but this was a good one. This is a good one. I like that feeling, actually.
I like being a good guy.
I like being a good guy. I mean, I'm still gonna steal some stuff, but not like, not from these people. That's
from
fun.
the right people.
From the right people.
Precisely.
I'm gonna look at the group and be like, well, she gave me an account number, so we have a pretty nice little lump sum of money on Teve's planet.
Ooh. Pet the plants goodbye, and I wish them many long days with good sun.
Alrighty. And as you wish them a goodbye, they attempt to express as much joy as they possibly can. They're just filled with excitement to see the world again, to see light, to see the sun. You have a feeling that as you guys are kind of being pulled back up into the Kabuto and looking down on this planet, that while the planet was indeed alive, while all of these
was alive but not living.
Yeah, all the plants were definitely plants, and plants are obviously alive, but there was something off about them. Like, they had no soul to them. They couldn't really think or do as they needed to do. Now that you've returned whatever this life is to them, Nara, you get the feeling that every plant, the trees, literally everything here is feeling once again and is back to the way that it should be.
we leave them in like an emergency contact number.
You get the feeling they probably cannot call you back.
I'm like, you just send some energy out into the universe and I will find you.
And with that,
somehow I'll work it
Kabuto
out.
Question:
answer.
Can we take like a little baby plant with us?
You very much can. What are you looking for?
Oh my god.
I mean, if it wilts, will we know the planet's in trouble, or will it just wilt naturally?
You get the feeling that they don't need to be attached to the actual planet. They just function on their own. As you think that, though, Georgiana, and as you guys are leaving, Nar, you reach maybe just kind of absent-mindedly into your pocket, and you feel a small weight there.
What's in there?
As you reach into your pocket, you touch something kind of wet, which may cause you to, repel
Ooh,
for a
a
moment.
little weird.
But you reach back in it. It's not wet. It's just kind of soft, sort of like a jelly, but it's not wet.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it kind of hops into the palm of your hand. As you look down at it, you effectively see it's kind of like a little waterbed, if you will, but it's like a green little waterbed. It's round, like droplet shaped, and on top of it, it's adorned with a little white flower, and it's kind of just wiggling in your hand.
I need to scoop up some dirt from
Okay.
I want my little bot man to scoop up more quote unquote soil samples, but enough to fill a pot.
Definitely.
All right.
And
Alright.
what?
Let's put it in the right near where I pilot the ship so that it can look out into space.
Oh, yes, let's do that. Yes.
All right, when
it
you
will
say that,
come
you
with
get,
us on our adventures.
you get the feeling.
This is my friend.
yes.
Like you have your cats. This is my friend.
You get the feeling it's very happy to join you.
Wow.
I'll help you take care of it. It's cute. I like it.
I love this. Okay. I get my soil samples. I very gently cup the little flower as I leave so that it's safe in my hands.
Excellent. It feels very happy. And as you guys begin to fly away from this planet, all of the various vines that were just covered in thorns and brambles and all the sharp bits that were used to tear apart the enemy, you see that begin to wilt away as the Kabuto boosts back into space. And looking back, just before you guys reach the dark coldness of the outside, you effectively see the entire planet bloom. that's covered in a rainbow of flowers.
Wow. Love that
Oh,
for us.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, bro. That's cool.
Good
I like
job,
that.
team. I
All right. Well,
with the
let's-
hand that's not holding the flower, I give everybody a high five.
Question, Nara.
Yeah. You rang?
Would, would you want to put out some
No.
fake rumors about how the
kidding.
planet is worthless?
Oh, yes. I would love to do that. Just make it subtle.
Yeah,
No.
subtle.
Just
But like
you know.
like it's been used up for all it's worth or something.
Yes. Yes. I would love to start doing that. Yes.
With your powers, you can very easily do that.
Yes. When can I start on that?
You can start immediately. I can say during
I've-
downtime when you're not doing anything in particular, you can just start spreading, don't go to this like exact, not don't go to this exact coordinate, but like you make it seem just either hostile or there's nothing here at all.
Then mine for everything or something. I only do that after I have put the flower in a little pot though and made sure that it's doing okay.
I
can
will
we set
say-
a course to Teves?
Of course you can. You guys are already headed towards Stroy as you end up putting this little plant boy away in his little, I assume he's in a little pot, you said?
He's in a little pot, yeah.
Excellent.
I don't think it is that self-sustaining jelly.
You're not sure, but upon your little bot scanning it, you get the feeling that whatever this is, it is wholly unique. It is semi-similar to the planet you just left, but it's not similar to like any other plant life form, at least you've seen. There's something else going on here.
I very carefully get rid of all the plants information in my database. Nobody needs to know about the plants here. Does it do anything when I put it in the soil?
It grows two little chubby legs and kind of walks around, and then like takes a step back and kind of wiggles around a bit, then plops itself in.
Adorable. Oh my god. Perfect. So Georgiana, I'm sure, has a cup holder in her piloting
guaranteed.
seat.
Guaranteed.
So I make sure that the plant fits in the cup holder so that it can look out at space while we travel.
I love it.
I will make a cup holder for my room as well so I can bring it with me.
While we're on our way back to Stroy, Aldris, if you could roll me, I believe we were doing craft for your teletech.
Ah.
Do you wish to re-roll that or anything? Add some
Fine.
juice to it? Okay. One step closer to being finished. With that, the four of you arrive at Stroy. And as per usual, it is as busy as it always is. People rushing in, people rushing out. This particular account writer is not in Teves Terrace. It's just on the same plan.
Well, time to find the bank.
Okay. You know where this is precisely. You actually do store, some money here. You guys have multiple accounts for safety reasons.
Acquired, yes.
Exactly. Upon, moving in, doing your thing, waiting in line for maybe a little too long, you're finally able to access this account. You walk up to one of the automated machines, and with a quick scan, of course, it takes a second or two with, DNA match inadequate. And it's like, ugh, okay. And with a few more bits and entering the information that you just have stored in your old noggin there, you end up getting access to this account. And the machine might be bugged. Maybe something's wrong here. Because there are a few too many zeros on this account.
Nice.
Nice. Transfer all into my account.
You're easily able to do that. Takes a second, of course, gotta double check all the passwords and such, but you have all that information.
Oh, did Kabuto need an upgrade?
I'm gonna ping the crew, be like, so that money that we got is a little bit more than I thought.
Love to see it.
Looks like it took in some interest.
So, where's the nearest famous gambling planet?
No.
Yeah, we're not
Absolutely
blowing
not.
this money. We need to use it wisely.
Whoa, coming from Ryder? Okay.
Hey, we need to touch up the Kabuto.
We need to
fair.
add cup holders in every room.
Or, there's one step beyond, a floating cup holder.
I was just gonna say,
Oh
I would say a
my
walking
God.
cup holder.
A walking
Oh.
cup holder? Like really long, like robot legs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, I think I'll do floating. It's a little easier to deal with.
Can I go to Teeves since I haven't gotten a bounty from him in a while?
You definitely can. And not only that, he actually requested you.
Oh.
Well, look at that. I'm popular. Is everybody else with me?
I'm about to say, are the three of you joining, or are you going about your own way?
Hell
I'm
no.
getting
I
my
always get a
special
party
drink.
when I'm here.
Oh no.
And the special drink.
The special drink.
Special drink it is.
I can't call you Bird Boy anymore because you're not tiny. He's
Yeah.
Birdman now.
Oh, God.
Birdman.
Mr. Aldris. As you walk in, your drink is already ready for you.
Oh my.
Perfect.
The bartender
He knows.
He knows. He's looking at you in the eye. He knows you're here. I'll say you have a little bit of experience with the dank drink, if you will. Go ahead and roll me the usual will and physique, but I will allow you. I'm going to give you an aspect basically that just basically says you're used to this funk. You can either re-roll once on either of these or add a +2. Up to you. 3, spicy.
Oh, is that a +2 to that one?
All right, throw a +2 on that one. So we got a 3 and a 2. You are buzzed out of your mind, but you can control it this time. You don't hit the floor and start mumbling to yourself. So you're having a good time and you will remember it.
Not until I have another one.
Not until you have another one, but for now you will remember this drink.
I give him a good tip.
He very happily smiles at you and he's like waiting for you to fall over, and you don't. Unless you want to. Up to you. Your usual
maybe.
your spot on the floor for laying down and just kind of zoning out. There's a perfectly bird-shaped, just not hole in the ground, but you know what I mean. There's people are like positioned perfectly with their legs and arms spread out. There's like an Aldris shape just in between them all.
Nice.
All right, Nara, what are you doing? Georgiana's having fun partying with Liam, I assume. Y'all just dancing. Go for it.
I'll get a drink at a bar.
Normal drink.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be Aldris.
Okay.
You know.
What do you mean?
Here's the thing. I have hundreds of business secrets hidden on my person,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want anybody to get a hold of that.
That's a
Any
very
of
good
my
point.
data pads
No.
or anything. So I want to,
Well, you could get a
have
fate
a
point
will
for
drink.
it.
What?
You could get a fate point for it because it's stupid.
Yeah, there is that.
Do
I'm
you-
like,
do you have an aspect for it? I don't think you do. That leans into that.
oh man,
You very much could. I mean, I will say you do take lots of risks, Nara. You could have something that's risk
I
related
do.
as one of your aspects. Because a risk can be both a good and a bad thing. So something of that nature. We can think about it later. If you want to just say, I have a floating aspect of me being a
I
risky
have
biscuit.
a floating aspect
You finish the
of
word.
me being a risky.
There's just a butt floating next to Nara.
I know. I forgot what the word was halfway through. I was just like,
Is that
it's an
yours?
ass.
No. It's just following me. Like a lost
And
puppy.
That is, it's like walk into a room and then my ass comes next. 5 minutes later. I mean, I do kind of like doing the risky stuff.
Yeah,
That
honestly,
is a
you're
thing that I tend to do.
very much so. So if you want to put
Ill-advised.
if you want
risk.
like a filler aspect, we can rephrase it later. Just risky, whatever, like risk taker or something. For now, that's perfectly fine. We can poke it later. Remember, you can invoke your own aspects if you want. Currently, you guys aren't, under fire, so you don't need more fate points. You have 3, but
I like invoking Megan's aspects.
Yeah.
Nara, go hack this. Nara, go hack that.
Me? Yeah. Yeah, you want me to do that? I can do that. I would like to go to the bar and get a drink then.
all right.
Doesn't
excellent.
have to be. It is alcoholic, let's say.
Yeah.
Not necessarily something that's supposed to take me out. But maybe it is. Who knows?
Who knows?
I asked the bartender to surprise me.
Right down the middle. It's not gonna knock you out, but it's not gonna, be nothing either. Nice, and it's strong, like reasonably strong. I have a question for
Right.
Aldris. Are you dancing, or what are you doing after you shot this down?
Kind of just want another one. I want to see if I can take another one.
Okay.
Probably not, but I'm
You-
going to try.
You request a second, so go ahead and roll physique and will again. Good luck.
All right, let's go. Okay, well, I'm already passing out, but I'm going to roll the other one anyways.
All right, physique and all
Nice,
right.
let's go.
So your body can mostly take it this time around. He's not sure if he should give you a second one, but you like look him in the eyes like, buddy, I got this shit. Look at me. I am lucid. And it's like, okay, you're good. So he gives you the second one.
Lucid, you're seeing into the future.
Exactly.
And I pass out.
And then he sees the future him that is on the floor. Yeah, you take the second one and you just completely just full noodle body. But before that, you know the gif of the little kid dancing with the dog? The dog's like shaking his ass, the little white dog?
Yeah.
Okay, Meek's doing that with you and you're just like jamming.
Oh, hell yeah.
So who's the kid? Who's the dog? I don't know. Maybe Aldrich is shaking his ass and Meek's doing the kid dance. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely shaking my ass.
You're shaking your ass and Meek's just like jamming with you. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And then eventually you end up on the floor and Meek probably just like lays on your stomach. Something
Nice.
along those lines. Georgiana, partying, Nara, drinking, Ryder, you ascend the stairs and there is no one currently speaking with T. So you are allowed entry. Upon entering, as per usual, the lights and sound around you are snuffed out when the door is closed, and the fairly warm and relaxed atmosphere of Teve's office now surrounds you. He's incapable of smiling because he's basically eyeballs in a jar with a big fat man body that's strange to look at, but all the time. He greets you with a full body nod. Hello again, Ryder.
Hello, old friend.
Well, I've not seen you in a while. How have you been?
Oh, adventuring the galaxy, killing people, getting money, being awesome.
The huge.
The usual.
Well, that does very much track for you now, doesn't it?
Indeed. Indeed. Do you have something for me?
The air grows serious for a moment, and he says, I do, yes. A warning.
A warning?
Correct. I wouldn't say we're good friends, but we respect each other, yeah?
Yeah, you give me missions and I complete them for you.
Indeed you do. Your reputation has grown slightly. But, let us just say, I received a rather unhelpful visit the other day.
Is that so? And by who?
They would rather not say. Apparently, I shouldn't be doing business with you, Ryder. They wanted to know where you were.
There's a lot of people who are just grumpy, who want to know where I am because, being the best bounty hunter in the galaxy tend to rub some people the wrong way.
This is true. I'll be happy to let you know that little bounty on your head, Ryder, well, you cannot pick it up here. I do have respect for you. You are good for business, after all.
Well, that's good to know, because, having people on your own planet trying to hunt me wouldn't be too good for them.
No, bad for my business, bad for theirs. I am just letting you know that someone is looking for you, and, well, I told them I didn't know where you were.
I do know some people are not too happy with us, but we took care of some of them.
All I have to tell you is watch your back, Ryder. I can cover for you once, or maybe twice. But if, well, this is who I think it is, neither of us want to be doing business with them.
Can you tell me what they look like?
He effectively laughs at that, and the bubbles in his jar kind of like... You're boring, typical... Well, I'd say men in suits, but I'll be honest, I couldn't precisely tell. People in suits. Almost entirely featureless. But, well, we've seen them before. Nothing too strange, harder to track and all that. They like the fact that I cannot describe them.
What's that cartel group called again?
Oh, which one?
The
one that we blew up.
Which one?
Yeah.
The
We've
one
only
that-
attacked, like the guys that were after our little pad that we blew up one of their facilities.
The Lesbian Corporation. I wrote that in your party notes for you.
When I look at TV, I'm like, does their name rhymes with Mesmerin Corporation?
He cannot smirk, but if he could, he probably would. I cannot confirm or deny that. But I think you know the answer, Ryder.
Well, if that's the case, they should just be scared of me and not the other way around.
I puts both of his hands up and says, I'm just here to deliver a quick message to you.
I do appreciate letting me know.
Of course, you're good for business.
Speaking of good for business, do you have a job for me?
Oh, I have a multitude of jobs, Ryder. What precisely are you looking for?
What's a hard job that you have?
There are plenty. If you want to discuss.
Well, I mean, I just took down a whole planet full of evil, crazy maniacs. So, I mean, I'm looking for something of a challenge. Because that was kind of easy. You know, being the best and all.
A very healthy pause at that. He's not sure whether or not to believe you. But all the same, he's not going to question it. And he says, well, I can try to put something together for you while I search through.
You're just like, no matter whether or not to believe.
He does indeed need to think for a moment, and he basically tells you, maybe go meet back up with your friends and get a vibe check from them real quick to see how they are, and I'll try to pull something together for you if you are that competent.
How about this? I'm in the mood to hunt somebody. Who's the hardest bounty you have on your list right now?
Oh, well, I can look up who's been on there the longest if you wish.
Yeah, someone who's been evading people, someone who they can't get.
Sure. Someone of your status would probably know, but I'll need to look through the deep files, if you will. It'll take me only a moment. Please. Have a drink on me, enjoy the music, and I'll send the information to the Kabuto.
Sounds good, Teve. Nice slip out.
Of course, yes. He sort of gives you a look of like, yep, didn't see you. And you head out. You see Aldris on the floor with Meek trying to get comfortable, sleeping on his chest. And
I'm
having a drink.
Pick up Aldris and head to the competition.
Okay. Gigi and Liam are dancing. You guys are getting some, I'd say, well-deserved rest.
While the crew is dancing, I'm going to do some intel of my own. While waiting for Teve to send me the file, I'm going to look up to see if I can see any chatter on local bounty hunter forums and other talking areas to see if anyone has been talking about hunting our group.
I can set out alerts for that if you want me to.
You guys are partying, so I'm trying to just do that on my downtime.
You can see, Ryder, that while, as per mentioned before, you do have a bounty on you, not everyone is too keen on taking it. Your little story,
reputation precedes us?
A little bit, yeah. Stories are starting to sort of get around about how much you guys are actually capable of, and while many people are very quick to call bullshit on it, others are like, yeah, you want to test that, dude? Go for it, because I have no interest in that. So you have a lot of people that are like, yeah, I can probably take him, and they be pretty quiet after a little while. After like, well, you're gonna go do it then? And then it's like, yeah, shut up. Very much, there are probably people interested in chasing after you, but either they saw you doing something and went, oh shit, never mind, or you maybe accidentally killed them along the way without even knowing it.
So pretty much like the bounty hunters I know, like...
You mean the boy Chadley Starblazer?
Yeah, I was trying to put that in the party notes, but I forgot his name.
I can write it there for you if you want.
But yeah, so like Chadley or the other guy that he talked about that said he was coming at me, the guy that I played poker with.
Yes, you get the feeling that probably somebody tried to go after you, but didn't really go too well. There are definitely some folk that you've pissed off, but you're mostly seeing people like, well, I could take his ass if I, in a fair fight, I could probably take him, or like, I hear his crew's not too tough. But other than that, you get the feeling people are like scoping you guys out, but they're not actively trying to hunt you because it would be folly, and they realize talking about it in public will probably get them caught.
That bounty hunter code, you don't go after your own kind.
Also that, yeah. If anything, it's like a corporation hiring someone more underground to take you guys out.
Like Liam.
He sneezes in the distance.
Oh no, did you catch a cold?
No, I think I'm fine. Just, something in the air.
Weird.
Yeah, drugs. Continues dancing.
Oh, trying to snipe
And
me
then
in
he
the very beginning. I mean, he was a hired mercenary, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's just like he was a bounty hunter. Well, not to say bounty hunter, but yeah, he's just hired.
Like a hired
boy. Gun. Yeah, effectively hired gun. Yeah, he had no reasoning to be fighting you besides the fact that someone threw money at him, and then he saw you guys and went, never mind.
I'm going to die if I keep doing this.
Yeah, I'm good. How about let me think, not die? That sounds like a really good option.
I mean, he got an even better option than not
Technically,
die.
is he a prisoner of war?
He's on. I don't know, Georgiana, can he leave?
No.
Oh, maybe he is then.
He's a prisoner of war. Or a prisoner of love.
Exactly.
That one, definitely.
I place Aldris on the couch in the ship, and then I'm just doing my little research while everybody else is chilling, having fun at the bar.
All right, while you're looking through various bits of data, you hear a loud thump behind you, and all just kind of rolled off the couch.
No.
And Meek rode you like a barrel, like one of those logs in water, so he didn't actually fall. He didn't land on him. He's like, and just lands on your back. It's just laying face first on the ground, wings out, slowly flying. Your wings are like slowly flapping, and Meek's like trying to paw them back
go
down.
on to the upgrade ship buying page on the interwebs and look for some parts to buy for the Kabuto?
Of course, like I mentioned before, if there's anything in particular you guys want either for yourselves as a one-time use or just standard basic upgrade, you're more than welcome to get that. If you want something for the Kabuto, you don't need to get it now. You can always grab it later. But if you can think of something now, yeah, you guys currently have the Faraday Zoom Room, you have the Aldris Cannon, you have a Tractor Beam. If the three of you are finished partying, you guys can effectively head out to your next mission.
Yeah.
Sure.
Most excellent. And as you all return to the ship, Aldris, you've mostly sobered up by this point, but you're still definitely pretty woozy. Teeve hasn't
on the floor.
Teeve hasn't sent you all the information just yet, but you do know that it is mostly on the way. If anything, he's sending it to you in parts. You do know that you are hunting what seems to be a rogue combat unit. It was meant to be used in some sort of war, some weapons test, but that test seems like it went over a little too well, and it's rogue and kind of just pieced out.
Kind of like Ultron?
Yeah, in a way. The person either wants it back, or they want you to destroy it, either, but they don't want anyone else to pick it back up. The unit itself is named Ball 817.
SCP-817?
Pretty much. And the name of the person that would like it back is named Judah Cart.
Is this human size or mech size?
It's about the size of your guys' max. It's a little bit smaller, if anything.
Oh, okay.
So as he's like slowly rolling this information they basically just say, just destroy it. Like, we've sent so many people to go kill the damn thing. It's either outsmarted people, it has probably killed them because they never came back, or something along those lines, but it's causing problems, we'll say. You guys know where it is. It's not really a part of the solar system you visit too frequently. We'll say it's relatively close to Deroy, that ice planet you guys went to with all the worms on it. At least that was his last seen location. Of course, the usual approach with caution, destroying on sight. If you can bring it back, dear God, go for it. But like, it's basically not worth it from what they've gathered. You can tell, Ryder, that multiple people have tried to take this thing out, and they all either died or just kapoofed. They haven't come back for a mission. They haven't reported as I give up or I failed. So they're question mark. No idea.
All right, well, I guess it's time to take down a robot.
All right, I assume we head straight to the location.
Yeah.
GG at the helm. The four of you, all just still feeling like a little poop sack, unfortunately. Meek is trying to unpoop sack you, to the best of his ability, of course. You all move outward into space. Unfortunately, before we can arrive at our location, the sensors go off on the Kabuto.
Kabuto, what is that?
Crew, it seems there is a single object approaching at a very surprising speed.
GG, get it ready for evasive maneuvers.
On it. What's this impressive speed?
You can hear the Kabuto attempting to triangulate exactly where this thing is or catch a speed on it, and it responds with speed fluctuating. Faster, then slower. It seems it is attempting to avoid my sensors. Please continue, Georgiana.
Sounds fun. Are they coming at us or just...
Roll me pilot.
We do have a big window in front of us to see in front of us, so would we see anything coming at us?
It's not flying towards you. It seems to be coming from behind. As Georgiana asks that question, your instincts kind of kick in and you do a quick dive to the right. The Kabuto shakes all the same. As this thing has opened fire on you, something caused the Kabuto to shake. You don't see any missile or laser or anything pass by, but you indeed continue forward. Your sensors in general tell you that these things are multiple locations, 4 locations, 3 locations, 2 locations, 1 location. And suddenly, in front of you, see a very bright silver sheen. And as quickly as it's there, it is suddenly gone again. Georgiana, roll me pilot.
Well, seems like we're dealing with Fast Boy.
Alrighty, this time, whatever the individual is, hasn't rammed the ship, but you can hear it has scratches alongside the right side. Is that port? I wasn't good at Omega, I forgot. Starboard,
It's
larboard?
not larboard.
It's not larboard? Is starboard, larboard, front, back, or is it left, right? No, larboard's
right.
left, starboard's right. Ah, yes. It scratches down the starboard side of your ship. And as it does, Georgiana, you attempt to avoid, but it just zips past you, and the Kabuto responds with, "Target seems beyond normal parameters. Georgiana, we'll need you at the top of your game."
I noticed.
I'm gonna head back to hop into my mech.
I will assist you to the best of my ability. Ryder, please, be careful.
Always am, Kabuto.
All right, with how fast you're currently going, Georgiana, you can continue evasive maneuvers, but if Ryder gets out, you're going to need to slow down substantially, because obviously the mech is not as fast as Kabuto.
I mean, he just needs to tell me when, and I can.
Get ready.
Ready?
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 Now!
Hit the brakes.
You hit the brakes, and you can see another just bolt of light just shoot by. And it might have been attempting to strike you, or it's gauging your speed. You're able to stop easily, unstruck this time. And Ryder, you're able to launch. Nara, what are you doing?
Where's my gunner, damn it? Wake up!
Where is the gunner? Can you describe the layout really quick?
You're not sure how many enemies there are, as it keeps just jumping. You assume there's one. It's moving around so fast, it is not in a location. It is not all locations, but it has you guys like almost surrounded. Especially since now that Georgiana stopped, it can easily zip around your ship at any moment it needs to.
Can I figure out a way to track it?
You very much can. Go ahead and roll me just your usual burgle. Should be fine.
Burgle.
Burglin is hacking. Alrighty, with this, you're able to narrow it down slightly, looking at the scanners to see like exactly where it is. It looks now like it's in 8 locations, and then it slowly counts down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you guys can sort of like feel there's the pressure around you kind of, and the ship shakes ever so slightly, and then it breaks out again. And sometimes the number counts down, sometimes the number counts up. You can tell it's very much trying to throw you off, Nara. And as you're getting closer and closer to like triangulating its position, you can tell that this is definitely something different. Its methods to counter hack, if you will, are advanced.
Are they?
Yes, very much so.
You know I love a challenge. How advanced is it?
On your first pass, it seems fairly challenging, but you're not entirely sure how actually challenging this is going to be. It almost completely just slapped you off on this first one, though.
I want to try it again. I don't want it to slap me off.
Okay. We're going to go just kind of through normal combat order. So Nara just did something. Aldris, how
able
awake
to
are
get
you?
out of the ship?
Yes. You're launching, and then you'll basically go next. Aldris, where is Brain? How is Bird?
Brain dead.
How is Bird?
Bird is dead right
confused.
Very confused. Okay, so we'll say during this round, Bird is like sliding along the floor while Georgiana's trying to dodge. Ryder, you're able to launch into your mech with little to no issues. You don't really see the enemy, though. You see light glinting off its body. It is fast is an understatement.
I see we're dealing with her own little speedster. I'm gonna talk to the Kabuto, but she can help me. I kind of have like mini Kabuto in my own mech, so she can help me with certain stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her to set my visual scanning to micro adjustments in the atmosphere to try to help me like catch this thing.
I will say with the assistance of Nara, she wasn't able to pinpoint it that first time through. So besides having both Nara and the Kabuto scan for this, are you positioning yourself in any way? You're doing anything?
I pull my sword out and I'm like I'm like getting ready, like I'm having my boosters ready, so if I catch a glimpse, I'm gonna do kind of like that, like a samurai strike, dash slash, try to catch it.
And you're outside the Kabuto, kind of just floating around?
Yeah.
All right. We will say you are indeed floating about, and as you are, go ahead and make me a fight roll. Very quickly, this light just dashes. Sure thing. That brings you up to a 7. The enemy dashes toward you with just ridiculous speed. The enemy strikes towards you, but you're able to react just fast enough to basically block the attack. And for a split second, Ryder, you can kind of see this thing. It almost looks gelatinous, like it's a liquid, and it quickly jets off away from you. Georgiana, what do you do?
Is there anything I can do to lure it a certain direction?
You can certainly try.
I'd like to lead it into giving Ryder an advantage.
Okay, so it sounds like you're trying to create an advantage. Go ahead and roll me pilot, and we need a 4. So you can definitely give Ryder a boost. So the boost will be, we'll say, a better position.
I'm gonna call it to Gigi, be like, Gigi, this thing's fast as fuck.
I know! Thank God I've never come across it in a race before.
Do you think you're awake this round, Aldris, or next round?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. You know what? Roll me will.
Oh boy.
You have the willpower to stand back up. Close, but no.
Okay, maybe.
You're getting there. You're definitely getting there. You're one step closer to be able to stand up. All right, Nara.
So this guy's super fast.
Incredibly fast.
I want to hack in, of course, to see if I can limit his mobility.
Go for it.
That's going to be a reroll for me.
Probably
Just
don't.
kidding.
Yeah, probably don't.
No
Rip.
reason why
Keep your
I
fate
would
point.
want to do that.
Keep your fate point.
Especially if you've got a fucking 10.
This thing's firewall seems insane. If anything, it very much knows your position and it knows exactly what you're trying to do.
Ooh, firewalls don't exist to me.
This might not be a
This isn't-
firewall.
I've never met anything I couldn't hack into before. I don't like this.
You are now fired up to hack even harder.
Yeah. I accept that they know what I'm doing, and I just set up for the next time around.
Kabuto, can you give Aldris an adrenaline punch?
He is currently sliding around the floor, but I will do my best.
How effective do you think my ice walls would be?
You're not entirely sure. This thing's moving very fast, and you are in the cold vacuum of space, so it has a lot of room to move around.
I'm actually not sure I have anything.
You can just take defensive maneuvers. That way, if it rolls to attack you, you get +2, +1.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, that's probably really smart, because I'm going to have you go ahead and roll pilot now. Okay, that will indeed do it. You needed a 5. Ryder, what do you do?
Am I able to get glimpses of it?
Sort of. It does not want you to see it.
I'm gonna shoot out of my shoulders smoke canisters in front of me.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So you're trying to basically obscure the area around you?
That, and also if he goes through it, I can see where he's coming from.
That's not aimed at him, it's aimed at the area. So I would say in general,
like around me. Like I'm
Yeah.
creating a big smoke puff around me.
I'm just going to name a second area just space. And we'll say that the local ship space is literally where the Kabuto is. And then, I know, nice and vague, space is just where the enemy is. And we'll say the whole area, you're basically invoking this whole area here. So you just need a 3 on that. Just roll 3. Oh, sorry.
So
Oh my god. Roll shoot.
Am I up there as well?
Yeah, you would also be here.
Okay.
So roll me shoot, and you're trying to get a trace. And it's going to be nice. So it's not going to be on him, it's on the whole area, meaning technically either of you can invoke it, but all the same, it is something you're using, so he won't invoke it first, obviously. Smoke screen. I'm going to put it under the map like that. Alrighty. Seeing you invoke this smoke screen, the enemy zips about, and it's moving a little slower, but it's moving with more purpose this time, Ryder. And it charges directly for you. Defend yourself. Fight.
Do I see smoke moving?
You see the smoke part, yes, and you can tell it is indeed coming from this direction. I will say mechanic-wise, the way you'd use this smoke screen is you're going to see him zipping about, of course, but to actually like use the smoke screen, if you will, that's how it would be used. And then you would invoke it and get the +2 or the reroll, your choice, of course. Roll fight first to see how much juice we actually need for this. You get boost, and you got the smoke screen.
I guess I'll use both.
Use both, okay. So the boost is gone. That was a one-time thing. And then the smoke screen is not gone. There is indeed still smoke floating around the space area, but you're able to boost up your roll to equal his. That goes from 5 to 7 to 9 already. And after that happens, you see this very gelatinous looking figure move towards you. It does take a bipedal form as its arm sort of like forms into a sword. It cuts through the smoke and it slashes towards you, Ryder. For just a second, you think you maybe can't react fast enough, but you are indeed able to block this blow as the enemy zooms back out. But as it does, it leaves behind these like strange little ball particles that form these, they kind of almost look like fans in a way, and they begin to sort of spin around this smoke screen. Of course, there's no air in space to push the smoke screen away, but they almost like form a bubble around it and collect the smoke in this like sheen and begin to move it out of this area.
Well, that's just cheating.
It very much seems incredibly odd. You have never seen this before, but the smoke screen essentially dissipates. Aldris, I will say roll me will again.
Oh boy.
We're looking for 2 or higher. Okay, you are aware of your surroundings. You haven't done anything, so what do you want to do? You kind of wake up after you slide, maybe bonk up against the side of something, but you are indeed awake.
So I don't know what's happening?
You can hear alarms going off, and you can hear in the back of your mind, like a muted Kabuto. It's like... You can sort of hear things, but you're not making out the words.
I'll just...
You know you're being attacked.
I'll go look out the window, see what's happening.
You look out the window, and you see Ryder fighting something that is very quick.
I will make kind of like a area around Ryder. Like, he still has enough room to move around, but I want to just, like, make a bunch of junk around him, so it's harder for it to move around without just slamming into stuff and maybe damaging itself.
Sure. When you say junk, what do you mean?
Bunch of space rocks and stuff.
Okay, so you're like pulling space rocks from like far away to like toward him?
Yeah.
Yeah, there aren't too many in the area, but if you focus enough, you can definitely pull them in. I would say we need a 4 on this, though, just because you guys are kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, boy. Nice.
All right,
you use the fate point tag.
All right, cool.
+2.
And we will add an aspect. We'll just call it Rock Shield. They're basically rocks floating around you, Ryder, and it can be used in a defensive way, not offensively, because it's a Rock Shield. Aldris, who's next?
Georgiana.
All right, Georgiana, what you got?
Can I try to lure it again?
More of that spicy pilot. The same 4 as this boy is just shooting around at insane speed. Want to add some oomph to that?
Sure.
Is this specifically for Ryder to help him?
Yeah.
What aspect are you trying to add exactly?
Would it be possible for me to lure him into like the thicker part of Aldrin's asteroids?
There aren't enough of them for it to be substantial. He'd need to pull more from far away. You can try to fly closer to some stuff in space, assuming it will follow you guys.
Am I able to use my abilities while I'm piloting Kabuto?
I would say you could generally shoot and such, and with the money that you guys just got, I would say, yeah, you can probably use yours. Maybe there was a cannon added specifically for you.
Can I connect Aldrin's asteroids together with my sticky stuff to try and create like a very large net?
Oh, yeah, sure. We can do that.
Didn't Gigi see the thing right underneath her seat that I added while I was on the thing? She just deposits her candy and it pops out of the gun.
No.
I'll be like, hey, Gigi, look at the new little advancement I put underneath your cockpit.
The what? This is amazing!
I'll go ahead and change it from a boost to an actual aspect, and I'll add a free invoke. And I'll ask you to roll pilot again, Georgiana, against that. Okay, this is going to, not you, but to the Kabuto. The enemy is just sort of passively flying by and dealing damage. Is Nara or Ryder next?
Nara.
What you got, Nara?
I mean, you have to know I'm not going to do anything helpful until
That's
I
not
get
true.
into this guy's system.
That's not true. That could be helpful if you can get in.
I mean, I'm not even focusing on being helpful. I just have to get in.
All right.
I have to. It's
Well,
not a want, but
if you're going out of your way to focus on it, I'll give you a fate point for that.
Oh, I am. I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
If you're single-mindedly doing this, then yes.
I have no thoughts about what I would be doing to help them. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm just
That's
like, I
fine.
can't do this.
Yeah. I will say you know it to be folly, but you try anyway.
All right. Burgle?
Burgle. A 3 against a 5.
Damn.
You can, of course, use a fate point to either re-roll or add +2 to meet me, but it won't beat me.
I'm going to add +2. I want to open a line of communication.
Yeah, I'll say with a meet, a 5 on a 5. I'll say you're kind of getting some headway, but it is very much not really paying you too much mind, which could be to your benefit.
Not as good as it usually is.
Not as good as usual. Ryder, the enemy once again seems to be gaining momentum, and this is the fastest and most decisive you've seen it. Please defend with fight. All right, would you like to use your rock shield?
Yeah.
All right, that brings you up to a 6. All right, so we'll use Speedy Boy to bring me to a 9, and then you to a 6. Alrighty, and with that, you take 3 shifts of damage as the enemy just bears down on you with this flashing blade.
Ouch.
It is your turn, Ryder.
I want to try attacking him
All right, you're going to strike out in melee or ranged.
with my sword.
Roll me fight again. It'll be the same roll. He is zipping about, but he is very much focused on you.
Well,
He a fast boy.
Oh my god.
I don't know how I'm going to beat a +8, so...
As you swing out against him again, he basically just like bounces off you and then it shoots outward. He just gone. And you get a response from the Kabuto. Georgiana, this time don't roll me pilot. Instead, the Kabuto just receives damage upon this thing, sort of just numing around basically, and not taking a chunk out of it, but basically ramming into it. And the Kabuto speaks to all of you and says, unable to ascertain statistics on enemy. What do you all suggest?
It's definitely your target, and I can see now why no one came back.
I say really grumpily, I'm working on it. God.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is you guys pile invokes on me, and that's literally the only way I can probably hit it, because I can't... Even if I roll a perfect, that's like maybe an 8.
After you say that, it actually pauses for a moment, and the Kabuto responds with, Ryder, this is not our target.
What?
What?
This is an outside force attempting to destroy us.
This is not the target that we're after?
Correct, we have not arrived at our location.
Then who is this?
More scanning, more bleeps and bloops. Unable to trace source of enemy.
Can I send the enemy a message?
You may try, yes. Is this part of your hack, or you just...
Should I get back on the ship, or should we try to beat it?
I just want to talk to the guy or the person.
Roll me Burgle, yeah. You have somewhat of an open line.
I just want to be like, hey, wanna slow down a little so we can talk.
And Ryder, I think you should get back on the ship.
You can tell that your message was received, but...
Did he leave me on red?
You just it's not on red. You get back just like a cacophony of static. Just all these different just bleeps and bloops and buzzes. And it is almost so much information just flowing back at you that you can handle it and probably look at it all later, but it's literally too much information to process.
Huh. I do not know what to say to that. Is it not a person?
Most likely not. Looking at its size, it's about half the size of Ryder. So it's not even the size of your guys' mechs. In fact, it isn't even person-shaped. It's moving around so quickly you can't tell. But Ryder, because he's really the one who's seen it up close...
Is it like pure tech?
It seems to be the case, yes. It almost looks like floating mercury that takes the form of a bipedal person before slashing out at you, and then just like rubber banding back off into space, and it is flying at absurd speed.
That's real cool.
Yeah,
I gotta get my hands
I think I should hop back on, because like, unless you guys give me 3 invokes per turn, like, I'm not going to be able to hit this thing.
I think this is a fight we should come back for another day.
Like, as much as I would love to fight this thing, just seeing that +8, like, this is not going to go good.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to try to jetpack back onto the ship again.
Roll me pilot as Georgiana is attempting to meet back up with you. Alrighty, excellent. The enemy flings itself back at you, Ryder, but you're able to like loop around it. And we'll just say using your rock shield, since you are attempting to get back on the Kabuto, you're going to lose it anyway. So using that, the enemy primarily just takes a huge chunk of the rock shield with it, but you are completely unscathed as you hop back into the back of the Kabuto. It seals up, and it is very much ready to go. From what you can tell, this enemy, this bogey, has not gotten past the Kabuto's shields.
I'm gonna run into onto the deck, and I'm gonna kind of panting and be like, Kabuto, what do you mean this isn't our target? Where the hell are we?
We are currently en route. This thing somehow found us en route. It must have been following us. Usually, and it kind of pauses like it's thinking. Georgiana, this is not a snuff to you, of course, at all, as you are a fantastic pilot. But usually,
Thanks.
usually we are not tracked so easily.
Kabuto, set warp drives. GG, get ready. We need to get out of here.
Already on it.
Alrighty, we are relatively close to our position, but this should be able to pull us away from this being. And once again, it just jettisons itself at you, Georgiana. Roll me pilot again. All right, jumping into warp drive, this thing follows you. It somehow is able to fold itself into this pocket in space as you jet forward. You think it's gone for a second, but it's somehow traveling with you, which you know to be incredibly dangerous, insanely dangerous and foolish. If there was someone in here, they would be smashed into nothing. So, Nara, to answer your question, there is definitely not a person riding in this thing.
That's some good tech, though.
It does not strike at you, Georgiana, but it's able to not necessarily rip into the hull of the Kabuto, but do an unnecessarily high amount of damage to its shields. And as the Kabuto attempts to shake it off with your assistance, Georgiana, this thing is basically peeled off like a scab and thrown into the outside aether. And it just kind of vanishes into nothing. Fired off somewhere else, some other time.
I will request that the Kabuto memorize its signatures.
Upon that request, you're kind of waiting for the Kabuto to, go, okay, sure thing, confirmed. And you don't really get a response. It kind of waits a moment, and then responds with, I was unable to determine signatures from enemy during our altercation.
Not even one?
Unfortunately.
Kabuto, could you get any information when it was up close to me?
It's thinking. It doesn't normally think this much. Looking at all of the readings and such, Georgiana, you can tell that it was actually using so much of its energy to help you pilot, as in shield you while you were piloting, that it couldn't scan the enemy. And it was waiting for Inara or Aldris or Liam or someone to do something. So it had to basically use all of its energies just to protect you while you were piloting it. So this thing was hitting really hard.
Okay, cool.
And after a second of that, the Kabuto responds with, I will go through a list of potential enemies and attempt to track down this technology. This list is quite extensive. I will get back to you once I have an answer.
Okay.
And with that, you guys arrive at what seems to be your actual location. A very large and seemingly uninhabited planets. There's 3 of them, and they're all rotating around each other. And each, it seems, has about 3 smaller moons rotating around them as well. Somehow, they've not crashed into each other.
Gravity's amazing.
Gravity is amazing. And with that, we'll pause our session there.